My mother-in-law stole our credit card. She spent $20,000. My mom found the paperwork needed to file an appeal with the state on the $20,000 debt and helped him fill it and file. It can take months to years before the state even reviews the appeal and gives their verdict. We are still waiting to hear back, but my mom is confident that the appeal will go through. A few months after the wedding, my husband sat down with his mother and told her we were now sharing finances and hoping to plan for a future where we could afford to start a family. He asked for the cards and the accounts back and said she would be paying him directly. She blew up. My husband did not tell me exactly what she said, but we learned that she had been running credit checks on us and told him to focus on getting me to stop opening cards. For context, our dog had to be rushed to a vet a week before this conversation because he was not doing well and fainting, and we had opened a care card online while waiting in the exam room to pay for the bill. Don't worry, he's fine now, just a horrible case of gastritis. His mother also said some awful things to my husband about his flaws, reminding him that he is worth nothing. She was then yelling horrible things at me as well, which he refuses to repeat, and he blew up at her and quit his job at a restaurant. Before leaving, he told her that if he did not receive those cards and accounts within a month, he would be reporting fraud. They went over 2 weeks without speaking to each other, which was the longest I had ever seen. My husband was applying for new jobs, but was worried it would take a while. He applied for unemployment to get some income supplemented in the meantime. After 2 weeks, his mom called him crying and wanted to make amends. They spoke, but no cards or accounts were handed over. Not long after that, his mother sent angry texts saying, "How dare he apply for unemployment?" and that she had to pay $300 because of it. My husband just rolled his eyes and ignored her. He was able to get a new job after 3 weeks of searching, one that paid more, gave more hours, and had better benefits. Unfortunately, it has been well over a month, and his mother still hasn't handed over the cards or accounts. Moving out and getting married gave my husband a spine and more confidence, and he was forced to call the credit card companies and report the fraud. The accounts are now shut down and she is being investigated. Between what she said, her behavior surrounding the wedding, and the financial mistreatment, we are now low contact with her. My husband has been visiting with my parents more, and I'm thankful they are so loving as to welcome him as their son. He has his mother muted on all communications so he can see the messages but can't get spam. Now we sit and edit. I'm a cardiac nurse. When it came to the disability payments, I assumed that was a state issue and not federal, hence why I kept referring to it as a state matter. As far as his mother telling us she had to pay for our unemployment check, I'm just as lost on that as you all are. We filed all the cards as fraud and locked up our credit. And we've got an update 9 days later. Hello, everyone. I'm still a little scared to post an update on the situation because many people were mean in the comments. But being a listener, I always demand an update, and I guess I should see this through. In short, my mother-in-law had been financially abusing my husband since he was a child. This included taking credit cards out in his name and receiving disability checks from the government because of a false diagnosis of autism. My husband was not aware of this mistreatment until he was 18 and looked at his credit and finances, at which point his mother came clean. I did not share our story to get advice about the situation or opinions on my relationship. I share the story to bring awareness to parent-child financial mistreatment and how emotionally manipulative it is. My husband grew up